Hi, this is DeQuisha with Water Rocks Publishing, and today I'm going to show you how to upload your book to Amazon KDP. So you are going to create an account at kdp.amazon.com, and once you create that account, then you'll sign in. When you sign in, you'll see the big yellow button at the top that says Create, and you will click on that button, and then you'll tell them what kind of book you want to create. Is it a Kindle ebook, a paperback, a hardcover? You decide, and then you'll get to creating. So I'm going to go ahead and do a test one with you. So let's check out the test one. So let's walk through it. So the first thing you need to do is to select the language. It's English. And then you're going to put your book title. Since we're testing, I'm just typing in testing mom journal. If you have a subtitle, make sure you add that. And then you're going to put your author information down here. If you co-author a book, you'll add their information as well. Any other contributors, you might want to add an illustrator. Some people add translators and things like that. So it's all reflected on their Amazon page, but it's up to you. Then you're going to get to the description. And this is a description that you can write and then just copy and paste in there. As you can see, this description is very well formatted. It's bolded. It has bullet points, all the fancy things. And we'll talk more about that in my next video on how to format your description so it looks all nice and jazzy. Then we have our publishing rights. You want to click that you own all copyrights of this work so that it is verified and it's no one else's work. It's not public domain. And then we get to our keywords. So as you see, I typed in some keywords. And when I say keywords, I mean phrases. So think about when you want someone to look for your book on Amazon, what words will they type in? So we have mom journal, motherhood journal, how to track new motherhood, Black mom's journal, pregnancy journal, journals for new moms, journals for African Americans. So these are just some words that people might type in to find your journal. And that's how you determine what your keywords are. It's not just one word, it's a phrase of words. And the main thing I want you to do is to remember to use every single space. Do not leave any space blank. Then you're going to go to the categories. So categories, you get two categories you can choose. Depending on if it's fiction or nonfiction, you'll make your choice. And then there are broken up categories that go even further inside of those. So there's those subcategories. Find the book one that matches yours and select it. And then once you have your two categories, you'll click Save. And then it'll ask you, does your book classify as any of these? Low content like journals, notebooks, and planners, or large print font. Content was 16-point font or greater. So large print books are like your children's books. They usually have 16-point font. But then obviously the low content are your journals and your notebooks and planners. So since this one is a journal, I'm going to go ahead and click low content. And then it's going to ask you about the adult content. Does this book contain language that is inappropriate, images and things like that for 18 and under? And you're going to click no. Then you're going to save and you're going to continue. And we're going to go over to our next page, and that is where we're going to add our content. So remember when you purchased your ISBN, now it's time to put that ISBN in the space. Now, mind you, you can publish without an ISBN, and that is where Amazon KDP offers you an ISBN, but the only thing with that is that you will only be able to sell on Amazon and your website. You can't sell in bookstores or any kind of expanded distribution all over the world because it's only limited to Amazon. And also, it'll say independently published on your Amazon page. And if you want it to look professional, you want to be taken seriously in the publishing industry, you don't want that. Unless it's a very, very low content piece of work where you can just do the free one. Ebooks and low contents like journals and guided journals with very little content are where you could use the free ISBN. So let's go and grab that ISBN that we purchased from Bowker and let's add it in here. And then it's going to ask for an imprint. And an imprint is basically the publishing company name that you chose when you purchase your ISBNs. So mine is Water Rocks Publishing. And this ISBN is specifically only belongs to this publishing agency. So when KDP checks it, it will clear. There's a publication date. You can leave this blank. This is an optional date that you can put in that's not necessary. Then we have our print options. Now, when you are doing children's books, you want to do color. Standard and premium are your options. As you can tell, premium looks a lot better. It's a better quality. It's a brighter display of the pictures and illustrations. So I always encourage my clients to choose premium color interior with white paper. But if you're doing like your coloring books and your journals, you can definitely use black and white interior with white paper. And my novels, I like to use cream paper. So these are your options. Since we are doing a journal, I'm going to choose black and white with white paper. And then we're going to go to trim size. So trim size is the size of your book. Amazon has lots and lots of options for you. It's always nice to kind of see what trim size you want before you start your process, especially when you're illustrating, because it's hard to change illustrations when you have to change the trim size. So these are the sizes of books. And you have your 4, which are your most popular standard trim sizes. And then you have more standard trim sizes under that, which is 8 more. And then you have the non-standard trim sizes. Anything outside of this, you're going to have to go with an offset printer overseas to get the size that you desire. So we're going to do 7 by 10. And we're going to choose bleed because our images go off the page just in our journal. Now, if your images don't, like if you're doing a novel, then you would do no bleed because nothing is going off the page. Everything is in the center of the page. And then you want to choose what kind of cover you want. Do you want a matte cover? This kind of has like a very dry, smooth look, or do you want a glossy, reflective cover? And then once you make that decision, it's time to upload. So what you'll do is you will click upload paperback manuscript and you will go and grab it and upload it. And then you'll also upload your cover. Now, one thing about the cover is that KDP has an option where you can use their cover creator to make your own book cover. And it sounds all great and jazzy, but you have to realize that they offer this to everyone. So millions and millions of people. So there's a great chance that your book cover will look like someone else's book cover. So I always strongly recommend that my clients hire a book cover designer to design their book cover and go that route where they can upload their own book cover. And then so once it's all uploaded, it'll ask you, does your cover include a barcode? You'll check this box. Now, no, if you do not check this box, it's okay because guess what? KDP, just like Ingham Spark, will provide a barcode for you. Now that you have everything uploaded, it is time to preview your book. And this is a step that you cannot skip. KDP wants us to see how it looks before we move forward to make sure there are no errors that need corrected and that things are the way they should be. And as it's working, you can see that it's already populating the summary of the price. And we'll talk about that as we finish reviewing. Now, what I love about KDP is they check everything. They check your cover, your interior, your images, your font, your margins, everything. They make sure that all of the document is correct and ready to publish. And if it isn't, you will get some red flags and they will have you fix them before you move forward. And it can be a little daunting and annoying, but it helps you to make sure that you're producing a professionally published book. So it looks like it's almost done. They're even checking those blank pages, as you can see. So let's see how much or how well it looks and if it passed the KDP test. Okay, so once it has reviewed your files, and sometimes it takes a little long, you are going to go through and check out and see what do you have. Does everything look good? And if it looks good and there are no errors, errors will be on the left under quality check. then you will go ahead and you'll click approve at the bottom right. And once you click approve, it will generate your price and you can move on next. So it'll tell you that this journal will cost you $2.30 a print. And that's how much it'll cost when you order your copies to sell on your website. And next you'll click is save and continue. And when you click save and continue, it'll take you to the paperback rights and pricing. And that's where you will go to the first question about territories. You want your book to be sold in all territories. So you're going to click all territories. Amazon.com is your market for the states. And then you're going to put your price in. Do you want it to be $15.99 or do you want it to be $9.99? If you want it to be $15.99 and the price is $2.30 to print and you get 60% of the royalty, then you'll make $7.29 per book. Now, understand that if you price it too high, not a lot of people will buy it, but you'll still get a large royalty. You want people to buy the book. So you want to do your market research to see how much it costs a typical book in your market. And then you're going to use that to determine the price you're going to charge your book. So I tell my clients that anything that is over $2.30 in royalties that you make is phenomenal. So that's what you want to shoot for. Because remember, Amazon does the shipping, they do the storage of your books, they do the printing of your books, they do the customer service. So they earn their 40%. So make sure you play around with the numbers and decide what you want to do. Then you will, once you decide on your price, it'll populate it for all the other countries. And then you can click publish your book, but not before you go down here and you request printed proofs of this book. You want to request a printed proof of your book before you click publish because you want to make sure that it looks right. So what you'll do is you'll click request a printed proof. You'll tell them how many copies you want. You can order up to 5. And then you click the market you're in and it'll tell you down here at the bottom how much you're going to pay. You're going to pay $6.91 because your book costs $2.30 to print. So times 3 is that amount. And then you also have to pay your shipping and taxes fees because you cannot use your Prime on author copies. And then you'll submit your proof request and they'll send you an email very quickly to let you know that it is in your Amazon cart and you can go ahead and order it. This is Daquisha with Water Rocks Publishing, and this is how you upload your book to Amazon KDP.